Hello, I'm Charles Moffat, and this is Darkwalker on Moonshae, and it is definitely autumn here. It's very pretty outside. Lots of trees and plants and everything. Anyway, so, thematically, this book has a lot of druids in it, and druid-related topics, and also bards, a prince, and the plot is kind of like Star Wars Episode 4. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. Hey, anyway, so Darkwalker of Moonshae is, on Moonshae. Darkwalker on Moonshae is by Douglas Niles. It is the very first Forgotten Realms novel that was published. The first of the Moonshae trilogy, which includes this book, and then Black Wizards, and then Darkwell. So there was the 3 books in terms of Darkwalker, Black Wizards, and I dropped the book. Whee! Alright. So yeah, it's, the set of 3. Okay? And I finished reading this one recently. It's one of the books that I picked up at the shop rereading a while back. And been meaning to read it and review it. Sometimes I will read a whole bunch of books and then not do the reviews right away. So I have a bunch of other ones that I've read already that I also need to do reviews for. But let's briefly summarize by the back cover what this book's actually about. So, will the balance of the goddess and the peace of the folk be destroyed by the sinister Khazgaroth, who is otherwise known as the Beast? Only Tristan Kendrick, the troubled heir to the legacy of the High Kings, he's the prince in question. He's basically the main character of this particular story. And can he rally the diverse people and creatures of the Isles of Moonshae to halt the spread of darkness? Now, they really only on one island the entire book, but they go to different places of the one large island. And on the side of evil, a relentless army of giant kobolds, dread blood riders, which is honestly, the blood riders are almost like vampire type creatures. They're kind of weird. I'm not going to get too much in it. They're not vampires, but they're similar in some ways. And preternatural incarnations of the beast, which is basically that's Khazgaroth, and who's a shapeshifter. On the side of good, a uneasy alliance of halflings and dwarves, sister knights. Now it says sister knights, but technically they're elves, bards and druids, and the powerful children of the goddess, the Leviathan, the unicorn, and the pack. Now the pack is one of the things I'm going to briefly touch on. 1 second here. Where's one of the pictures? Not that one. Where is it? No, keep going. There's little illustrations for every chapter or the ends of chapters. Shh, where is it? Come on. Keep showing the unicorn there. And that one beast thing. There we go. There's the dog. Alright, so there's the one dog. Or wolf, whatever. Anyway, yeah. If you're the type of person who likes like books like Call of the Wild and anything else with dogs in it, or Lassie books or anything like that, this is a good book for you. Also, hello bunny rabbit. And my review just got interrupted by a bunny rabbit. He's over there somewhere. Where'd he go? Oh. Boop. There you go. You get a book review and a nature report here. Bunny rabbit sneaking up on me. There you go, little guy. I didn't see him sneak up on me until it was too late. I'll bet you he didn't know I was here even though I was talking. What's going on? It's possible he was hiding underneath the deck. Anyway. Back to the business in hand. Yes, so it's got druids, it's got elves, it's got, a chunk of the story is just about a dog. So if you like dogs and wolves and canines in general, this is a good book for you. It's very nature themed. And it's interesting that this was, number one, this was the first book by Douglas Niles. It was the first Dragonlance book and the first of this series. So it was a whole bunch of different firsts. And yet the Forgotten Realms later went on to become a very popular series of books written by different authors. And Douglas Niles was just one of them. in terms of the number of contributors to the Forgotten Realms. The Forgotten Realms themselves were created by Ed Greenwood, who was a author and game designer who came from Toronto, which is where we are right now. Yeah. And I have met Ed Greenwood a number of times in various public locations and whatnot. Yeah. I've bumped into him like twice just on the subway. It's just, yeah. It's one of those things. Anyway. So, yeah. It's just one of those faces you recognize. Anyway, so I did enjoy this book. It was definitely thematically, like, had a very Celtic vibe to it, or Celtic, depending on how you prefer to pronounce that. So it's got the druids and the bards and everything going on. So it's and there was definitely certain like Care, the one that I'm going to show you the map here in a second. So there's Care Corwell. So that's the name of the one place. So there's and Muirloch. So it's got these like sort of Scottish and sometimes Welsh sounding names. So it's like this is like a representational of like the British Isles, but set during like the Celtic era when the Druids were popular and everything. Yeah, and it has a very nature themed plot. But at the same time, if you boil the plot down, it's Star Wars Episode 4. It's just kind of, and in fact, I'm gonna just do one tiny little spoiler. I'm pretty sure, I haven't confirmed this. I'm pretty sure there's definitely a